Country Reacts. We start again with My Runny Eyes. Be expecting my Kleenex. This is Run BTS Toronto 1, parts 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. And episode 69 through 71.
And it's episode 69 through 71. There we go. She's keeping me on track. So I'm going to issue the dreaded trigger warning.
Oh, yeah, you're not really going to like this one.
You're probably not going to like some of the critiques that take place against your bias. Get over it right now, okay? Because we're going to call out bad
behavior.
Bad behavior. Tacky behavior. Rude behavior. Yeah, we're going to call it out. Are they human? Absolutely. Do they act human? Absolutely. Can they be ugly like other humans? Absolutely. But it's time for people to stop ignoring those dreaded members. Actually, it's only really one. But those dreaded members who have tacky behavior towards other people. I know what you're going to say, but it's just a joke. They're just kidding. Listen.
We have personal experience with those things.
If you've been watching all our other Run BTS episodes, you're going to know that we call out bad actions, okay? And a lot of times the bad actions are typically geared toward 2 or 3 people pretty consistently. And as we delve deeper into the Run BTS world,
it gets worse.
It gets way worse.
And
those who choose to
steams us really bad.
Those who choose to ignore it are the kind of people who think this kind of treatment is okay, probably because you treat people that way. I don't really know.
That or you're naive and don't want to accept it.
Exactly. But the thing is they are human just like us. I have a bad attitude sometimes. She has a bad attitude sometimes. That is a human thing. Please don't get in the comments and say, well, they didn't have to participate if they didn't want. This is their show. Yeah, they do have to participate. And guess what? They do all these things to please Army. You had your trigger warning, okay?
I'll probably put it on the thumbnail too.
Yeah. So don't come for us because we will defend our opinion, okay? If you can't acknowledge that people are human and they make mistakes and they can be asses, then you might not need to be watching, okay? Enjoy the episode, and when we get triggered or we're going to say our triggering stuff, you can mute it. We want to go ahead and say thank you to our subscribers. Thanks for spending some time with us. We hope that you can escape life in general. Laugh, cry, fuss, scream, whatever you want to do. It's all welcomed here, okay? If you're just like cruising by and you don't know who we are, just take a look at the rest of the stuff on our channel. We hope you find something that you like, and we hope that you do consider subscribing. And try to remember to hit that thumbs up button at the end. That's really appreciated. Obviously, we are working towards monetization, but we do love doing this for you guys.
It's in English.
And yay.
This is clear. Yeah, Sugar couldn't eat much.
No, couldn't.
Now since Sugar and Jen cooked the spaghetti and the steak, they're not authorized to clean up after everybody else.
I'm amazed at some of these games. 369, 257. So they're counting and they skip the said numbers or any number with that number in it.
Yeah.
I would easily get lost.
Oh, baby. I forgot 2.
Yep, 257. So they'd have probably just clapped all the way through
All the way
that.
to 20, yeah.
Okay. I'll get used to these eventually.
It's okay, Cookie. It's not that bad.
Yeah. 156. And see, they use like an odd set of numbers too. I mean, at least make it where I can remember it. Like 246.
Well, there's 156 too.
Yeah, or 123.
I mean, I really think it's any 3 combination in between 1 and 9.
Right, but then that's what's odd. 156. I would not remember it. I would be able to remember it more if it was more of evens or odds, just because of me.
That'll be the trick with the brain. But
exactly.
If you noticed over here when they got done and Cookie was upset that he lost.
Yeah, it's RM up jumping around.
Now Jimmy immediately suggests, shall we play one more time? So Cookie's not the only one that lost.
Right.
He doesn't want him to feel like he's the one that lost.
Right.
So now they're going to change the wording up to this 156. He was so overexcited.
He was. And he said 1.
I honestly feel like he did that on purpose so Cookie wouldn't own the thing.
And I think that's really interesting that Lexi pointed that out because he is so genuine in the way he is around people. I think that he really wanted to probably make Jungkook feel a little bit better.
I mean, because he actually, because it was his body language and his aura read like he did that on purpose because he wasn't too shocked if he actually didn't do that on purpose because he made a bigger fool out of himself than Jungkook did, basically.
Right.
And that got everybody's attention away from Jungkook's loss.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, I'm not a person, I can't see auras. I can't act like, oh, yeah, you're right. But that does seem like something that I think that actually Jimin would do.
Especially since he was the one that suggested it another time.
Yeah, let's do it again.
And he's the one that came up with the 156.
Right.
Hey, I think he did that on purpose, honestly. And that's what my instinct says.
That's really sweet.
It's just,
I mean, if that's true, obviously it's very sweet.
He's a sweet person. I mean, there's nobody else in the world like Jimin. He's a unique little angel. God took his time with him, as everybody says. See, he's not really embarrassed by it. I know he did that. See, he made sure Cookie was laughing.
Right.
That's so sweet of Jimin. See, now Cookie feels a lot better now.
He does.
He's less embarrassed. There you go.
369 is overdone, but I can do 369, Hobie.
아니 그건 거지 이제 단체로 안 하면 이대로부터 이제
That's an interesting point that Jimin Suga had said. Let's do like couples, like one person does this person, and one of them can deck off a point. Instead of now again, RM and Tay are both in the lead with minus two points. Nobody has targeted them.
Nope.
This entire time. Now they're gonna do word chain,
which is
announce 3 syllables in that person.
All right.
Jimin's like, I'm challenging RM.
Yep.
Look at that serious look on his face. RM, I mean, Sugar, I mean, Hobie, why in the world do you think you can't beat it?
Okay, so, letter.
He said a person.
He did. Can't say a person.
Immediately Jim was like, it's a person. And Jim said, it's a person. No, yeah. How can you refuse that when that's part of the rules? And they actually said that before, that was the rules. You cannot say a person. So,
exactly.
You lost. Hobie, Jimin won. Even though you didn't think he would.
Jimin is now ahead.
Yep, he's now ahead.
-1.
I challenge me. So I'm thinking Jim wanted to decrease some Tay's points. That's the first person that's targeted Tay this entire time.
Exactly. But he's not in the lead anymore because Jimin just took the lead.
No, I think he has -2 right now, so he's tied with Tay.
Yes, you're right.
But that's the first person that's targeted Tay this entire time.
But they didn't say he's in the lead, let's do this.
Well, they told them their points when they asked them.
Let's look it up. No, there's an AE or an E.
Well, there's variations to everything.
I know. Their wording confuses me. But I guess that's sort of like this. I before E except after C.
Well, the thing is that some of their dialects are different. So some of them are with AE and some are with E. It really just depends.
And they're saying
it's a word.
It's a word.
But it's probably not the main word, but it's a word.
아니 영이래 그냥 영으로 가지 여기네 방금 그래서 정신을 했구나 아 그래서 너 땡이야 이미 틀렸었네 반대로 이 확신 신장
See, he's confused by that one. But they didn't take points off him. You noticed that?
Oh, V?
Yeah, they didn't. But I think because they genuinely saw it and saw that he was confused by that. Oh, they did, but they didn't say it. Alright, now Jimin's in the lead with -2, and everybody else is below him. Because they actually did take a point off Tay. They didn't say that.
Well, you know they ain't gonna let nothing slide.
So Suga immediately pushed it. So Suga said, well, here's still Coke in mine, and they gave it to him.
But it looks like he popped in another can open.
Suga's like, well, Jimin's still hungry. I'm gonna give you my food.
Okay, so they're doing the book.
Now this one, the thing is, and maybe some of you already know, some of you don't, just in case you're confused, they have to randomly open up to a page and they have to have more people on that page.
Or less people. But it's whatever they call, right? Or are they always consistent with it's got to have more people?
No. This one, they have to have more people. You remember in the comic book episode, in the comic book cafe, they had to have less people.
Okay.
This time they have to have more people.
But it's that kind of a thing, yes.
So there's nobody there.
No people.
So that's pretty easy to beat, especially when there's like very few people.
And it's really up to luck.
And Sugar One. There's people there. the 20th century music.
Yeah. 4 whole people. No, there was some down in the corner too. I think I saw another one.
The 20th century music. I love it.
전 마이너스 8이네요 그러면.
I think we get that RM.
Yeah.
J-Hope loses that. Yeah.
-8점. 슈가 정국 -5점.
So they're tied.
We're going through the points again.
RM, 진, B
Now listen to this, y'all.
우리는 1등 좋아하지. 지민 -2점.
Jimin's in the lead. Pay attention really closely. And like I just said, RM was in the lead for a little bit. Tay was mostly in the lead the entire time.
And nobody
targeted them except when Jin targeted Tay. But
they were choosing who they wanted to go against, so it was bound to happen. Don't you think?
He could have just chosen Jimin, but no, he chose Tay. That was the first person to target Tay this entire time. But watch. He's having his little celebration. RM.
Look, let's get him. Point to the words down here. It says, let's get him.
RM and Tay said that.
Why? This is the first time he's been in the lead. Why is he being targeted?
This is why we say there's some bias and inconsistencies in this group. Because everybody could have been gunning for Tay this entire
All
time.
day. Nobody did.
But now they're going to go for Jimin the first time he's in the lead. Figures. He can't have excitement or
And they're choosing Capital Game.
knowing that he's
Knowing
bad.
that he says he does that. He's not good at that one. He doesn't like that game.
RM immediately made that suggestion. Capital sounds good.
Yep.
Now,
And it says right there, at the bottom, in the parentheses, that I hate so much.
trying to take him down.
Trying to take him down. Capital sounds good. Let's gun for him. And let's do Capitals, the game he doesn't like.
And is not really good at.
Well, that's why he doesn't like
Now,
it. They're not good at it.
what does that tell you?
He's always the target.
He's always the target and is always picked on. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me otherwise.
And as we said before, we have receipts. We will point this out.
It almost happens in every Run BTS episode. That's enough receipts to tell you that he's always a target and he's always being pummeled and he's always being bullied. There's evidence.
Yep. Just open
Look,
your eyes.
immediately, he knows I'm not good at it.
Yeah. Okay, so Sugar says Capitals of Europe. Okay, so it's just going to be 3. First to get 3 wins.
Now, one thing I actually do think is really sweet of Suga is he knew Jimin knew more of the Europe capitals, and that's why he made that suggestion.
Yeah, that at least makes it more fair.
Yeah, that makes it more fair.
At least for Jimin, because he is, I guess, more familiar with those now.
That was sweet of Suga. Now, like I said, you don't see RM being a generous person like that, but, you know. Tokyo! He'll look right at RM too.
Right.
Oh,
Let that stop.
baby, it's okay.
Oh my. What the tomato?
Rome. Rome is so pretty. I've always wanted to visit there just to see the architecture and the ruins. The jungle was like, this is a special appearance.
Cuba.
That is true.
Yep. We've learned that lately since there's a war with Russia and Ukraine right now. It's a special appearance. Okay.
Special appearance. Capital Chile.
He didn't know this one earlier. Jimin knows he had it shouted in his ear.
There you go, baby. Alright, Jimin's ahead. They need to get 3 points at least.
Exactly.
Colombia. That's so silly. Let's get the mood up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim, for brightening the mood. It was a little serious here for a second.
Yep.
서로의 합의 아예.
제가 하나 둘 셋 하면
Answer is count of 3.
한국에서
Of course, Korea.
Yeah.
하나 둘 셋.
Jimin didn't know they were going to do Korea.
Nobody would have expected that.
They need to expect the unexpected with these producers at all times. This is the last round. Look at the lane in between them.
So it's 2-2, obviously. Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Mongolia. This one was one of the hardest capitals for me to remember. And I remembered why. Because of the odd spelling. We know RM, we don't care. There you go, Jimin. Can we have some clues? RM, I don't care if it's not easy. I don't like he knows it too.
끝에다가 신청합니다.
Now he looks confused. Look at him. He didn't know.
He didn't know.
순서의
And he kept saying, oh, it's not an easy one, it's not an easy one. I don't care. Nobody else does.
Okay, so they're given syllables.
하나 둘.
Their eyes look so confused. Now, Jimin's like, I want to get this. Make sure that you hear it correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's after they said that, RM. That's after they said that.
Right.
He didn't know.
바토르
Batul.
바토르 바토르
There you go. Now, the attention seeker. Yeah, why? Yeah, sit your ass down.
And poor Jimin most of the time has to celebrate by himself.
Yeah, this was actually the one time that he was actually celebrated. Approval, he's like, yeah, I respect you for that one.
Scores. Right. 4 minutes. We're going to arm wrestle.
She said, no. That's why Cookie's like, well, I'm good with the physical ones.
Yeah, not a physical game for me.
Get somebody who's good at physicals.
Opening a book.
There we go, just the luck one again.
Yeah, he likes opening a book. Let's do a book here.
Sugar's luck is a little better than Cookie's luck. That's why Cookie likes the physical games, because he's not good with luck.
Exactly.
Oh, nobody there. This is Hobie's page. Okay.
Let's feel it.
Get the energy going. What? The angry yokels.
It's past midnight.
Wait 1 minute. Don't lie. Show your watch.
Exactly.
Let's do it right away.
It has passed. Let's do it quickly.
12:02. Past midnight.
어떻게 뭐 앞에 구호 같은 게 있어? 뭐 탕수, 육 탕수. 뭐 앞에 뭐 이게 뭐 이런.
Because they both didn't have people on the page, I guess.
Yeah.
시작. 탕수, 육 탕수, 육 탕.
Oh. He finally got one. He does think a lot faster than some of the other ones Cookie really does.
The game is needed.
Alright, we're gonna do the magazine
I
again.
really want to arm wrestle.
Yeah, but you would have to do the non-injured shoulder. This is before his surgery. So it's still sensitive. He wants to make sure he wins.
Exactly.
Or not yesterday too. Well, he kind of
No, open the book.
Cookie, come on now, just use your gifts to get it open.
Okay, so they're going to do the different one.
Over there. Okay, so it's the bottle cap challenge.
Right. It's the spinning so many times and then doing the bottle cap.
Doing the elephant spin 10 times and then flicking the water bottle cap. I'm gonna shine it a little bit.
Mercy, mercy.
Look at this shirt too.
Make sure it's good and slick. Alright.
There's another interesting thing when we get to this really quickly. Get into this. Same thing happened earlier at the dinner table. I would get so dizzy in the chanclas, no less.
Yeah, and honestly, to be that dizzy,
Oh!
it would be just my luck. I would fall head first into that glass
Oh,
table.
shit, it bounced off the edge.
That was crazy.
Look, he's so happy. Oh my god. Look, I need to walk the table one more. You gotta be nervous, son.
No.
If you get a punishment, I'm sure somebody else will do it with you. would be afraid I would knee myself on that table.
No, I'm afraid I'd fall into the table head first.
Oh. It's even. Are you gonna measure it?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So Sugar was ahead by a hair.
Yeah, it's very close, but yeah.
Cookie, J-Hope's in last place and Cookie's in second last. Okay. Jimin, urgent suggestion. Jimin wants to go against both of them. Or at least J-Hope. Jimin is going to challenge for the punishments.
Yes, exactly. And Jimin is in first place. And so he's going against Hobie, who has the going in the lake punishment.
Yeah, because he's in last place. Oh, that was he moved it, but just technically his first flick was on the table.
The one that had to take, yes.
So they kept it there in that place because that's where it was flicked.
Right.
All right. So Jimin falls off, he loses.
Exactly. And didn't he take on, who else was in the end? Wasn't it Jin?
And he intentionally flicked that bottle cap hard.
Yep. Because he was actually going to take on Jin's and J-Hope's.
Yeah, because I think he even took the punishment from Cookie too. Because he was going to have a second to last punishment. I'm thinking.
I don't remember.
But he basically did that so Hobie didn't have to go in the lake. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, everybody else was very gentle with their flicks.
He flicked it hard.
He intentionally flicked it hard.
He did. He really did.
Because he didn't want Hobie to have that punishment.
Yeah.
That's the angel for you. And Jim is going to bet another penalty.
Okay, so that's all the penalty. Okay. And buy a piece of clothing. Jin is just not going to get off the clothing thing.
Well, he does know that Jimin has good fashion and it would actually pick something nice for him. So Jimin immediately says, sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's getting worse.
Like,
now he accepted the challenge. Intentionally. He intentionally moved it barely.
yep.
He wanted everybody else who'd been embarrassed that whole day to not feel embarrassed anymore. That's why he did that. You think about it, he wasn't that disappointed when he got all his penalties. And of course, Jimin had to act like, oh my god, but
I'm so disappointed, yeah.
But I think he wanted to make everybody, a lot livelier.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't that disappointed. See, he smiles. He's not really disappointed.
Right.
Now he's doing the cookie.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to give him a hug. I'd give him a hug if he had took
Bringing
my
a penalty over from another episode. The other episodes.
Yep.
All right, here's the show.
Yep, Jimin's not really that upset. He's his normal self, and apparently he did all that on purpose.
And I kept reading in the bottom, they kept mentioning the heart pang, which we have went over. That was the last episode that we commentated on. They were carrying over a heart pang penalty.
It was Tay and Jimin wearing a certain shirt to
the airport
to I think Tokyo. I'm thinking, but
no, it's back to Korea.
Oh yeah, because they were saying if they got a penalty again, they would have to wear it to Tokyo too. But
all right,
yeah. So he's gonna have to wear a shirt to back to Korea. He's going to go in the lake,
and he's got to buy Jen a shirt.
Mm-hmm. He did that on purpose.
So yes, he did.
That's very kind of.
I ain't seen anybody want to take anybody else's penalty.
He was in first place,
and suddenly he's doing all the penalties.
See, and Hobie was upset that he was gonna have to do this bad penalty, so he took it on and intentionally lost.
He did.
And then Jen's like, I want you to buy me some clothes. He knew Jen wanted clothes that Jimin would pick out for him because he knows Jimin has good style. So he's like, sure, and intentionally lost that one as well.
Yep.
That's a very sweet thing. There ain't nobody like Jimin, I tell you. Wake up mission.
All right, so this is the one part that is just absolutely my favorite of the three. I love this one.
Look at his little bed head. His little bed head.
So he the first one out.
Did you sleep well? That's so sweet of the camera guy.
제일 먼저 나왔으니까 쉬운 걸로.
I'll give you these ones since your first one out. Now they're having to do old songs that they did, like maybe in their first or second albums. That's been years ago, and they give them ha.
They give them one word.
And
Exactly.
it's so simple, ha.
Exactly.
이거 하면 되는 거야.
Pay attention.
RM, it's not 9 o'clock yet.
Okay, he's coming out. It's not 9 o'clock yet.
It's not 9 yet. Look, that comment down at the bottom. They told me to do it. They just told me to come out here and answer. It's not 9 yet, director.
Yeah.
Once an irrational.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, typically you don't do everything to be there exactly at that time. You try to arrive there before that time.
And Suga arrived there
And
first.
Suga arrived. Problem is, RM wanted to be first.
He wanted to be the punctual one. He wanted to be first.
Right.
No,
And just go ahead and watch this whole little exchange of the things that RM said that are really pretty dumb and are really snide, trying to sort of inconspicuously point fingers at stuff. Why? What's the purpose?
But that was so rude of him. It's not 9 yet, director. Well, director said Suga was out there first. He can give him
Yeah.
an easy one. That was fine.
Right.
He wanted to be first.
But
Shouldn't we be on time?
shouldn't we be on time?
RM said, yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
there's 3 minutes left.
yeah.
RM's just pissed because he wasn't first.
He wasn't first.
Yeah. And they were in the same damn bed.
But yeah, he's pissed that Suga got out there first.
Exactly. That must have made him look bad, which is really, it wasn't going to look bad. Just be there before 9.
Yeah, and of course there's 3 minutes left. Now, hold on just a second.
알겠습니다. 3분 뒤에
Look,
정확히 시작할게요.
Jin's is early, Tay's early, and Jimin is early.
Exactly.
Who could have thunk
Well, I mean, they're on time because
Yeah.
punctuality is important.
it? Yeah, exactly.
주세요.
All right, let's see. What's this next comment? Look, you see that comment?
Who are the two that's left?
Who are the two that's left?
Now-
Well, who the hell is out in the damn yard? What do you mean? Who? What 2 are left?
Well, that's the thing though, is he's trying to be snide about it. That they were the
Exactly.
two that weren't awake.
Exactly.
And the thing is, if they didn't want to get up, then that's fine.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose of saying, who are the 2 that's left? Well, who are you? Are you new to this group? I mean,
There's only 7 of us.
Yeah, there's 7 of you. And you know what to... It's to point fingers and to make them look bad.
Yeah, that they weren't punctual
That they
enough
weren't
to get
punctual. But yet, he was getting on to Sugar because Sugar was going to go... It's not 9 o'clock yet. So you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. That
up. Perturbs me.
is very perturbing. I mean, come on. You're too early. Why are you out here? It's not 9 o'clock yet. Oh, what 2 aren't out here? Dude, what is your point?
He was complaining that Suga was too punctual, and he's complaining now
That 2 more's not out
that
here.
the other 2 are not punctual enough.
Exactly. I mean,
That's rude.
It's ridiculous. It really is.
And literally nobody else cared about his comment.
No.
Literally nobody, because who cares if Cookie and Hubie wanted to stay asleep? That's their business.
That's fine. Guess what? They'll be cooking breakfast.
And they actually get to cook American breakfast. That's a new lesson they can learn, and it'd be fun. I mean,
And
come
a
on.
good breakfast, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Pancakes.
we're doing that.
Also, RM, Sugar, and Hobie were in the same bed. If you were so worried about Hobie getting there on time, RM, why don't you say, hey, dude, let's go do our challenge.
Suga was already out there, so if you were that concerned, then why don't you get Hubie up?
Exactly.
And maybe the other young ones tried to wake up Cookie, and he wanted to stay in bed. Maybe they're like, okay, you can stay here, it's fine. And besides, it's cold.
And you're missing some of the stuff that they were saying, too.
몇 번째예요, 문제?
Okay, not that part. Okay, also, and Jungkook. Okay. Come by. Jungkook is for sure. Did he just come to the realization that they were in the band? I mean, come on.
No, it's because he's trying to say that they're at least punctual people in the group.
And I just noticed, so mean, we'll start the wake up mission, 9 on the dot.
Let me see.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Is that the lyrics? So mean?
No. I got to see who said that.
줄 서세요.
자, 나는 2명 누구야? 저 2명이. 정호석엔 전정무. 전정무는 뭐 확정이죠? 노래
Sugar. No, it's either Jimin or Sugar. It's slightly deep, but not Tay deep. One of them said so mean.
하루
Okay.
Well, somebody noticed.
Yup.
왜 이거
Sugar's such a mess.
It
And they're
really is.
cold.
And he was cold. He didn't think about that coat that morning.
That's probably why Cookie and Hobie didn't want to be out there because it's cold.
Yeah.
하루 하루만 너와 내가 함께 할 수 있다면
Yeah, bye. Get your negative ass off screen.
Bye.
야 림수야 뒤에서
Hate to break it to you, to those who that's biased him. He's a really bad person. I'm sorry.
해가 시간 줘야 되는 거 아니야?
Should we get time to think? Well, yeah, you think about it. I mean, these are old songs.
And if you're going to keep asking the same question, too, that would, I guess it would be
셋
the sun.
Jimin couldn't even look up.
해가
He's like, nope.
He was trying to, I guess he thought that would make him think.
Probably. Or at least come up with a song that sounds similar.
여기는 새벽이 가장 어두우니까 tomorrow
Sugar. And his little old man run.
There he goes.
할게요
Because I'm getting back in the warm bed.
그게 말이 돼 아니요?
And I'll have to give it to Jen. He tried every time he got up
Oh,
there.
yeah, he had an answer every time.
Yep.
Jim is so embarrassed. It's not a bad thing, honey.
Don't
These
be
are-
embarrassed.
These are the first songs y'all came out with.
And it's the first thing in the morning. Okay.
Look, and the word that.
That.
그게 너와 나의 차이
You and there's that.
Yeah.
Come on.
너
How many songs do they have those words
Okay.
in?
Give me a different one. You.
It definitely brightened the mood up in the morning because RM was just sucking the joy out of everything.
Yeah, he's a joy sucker.
너가 뭐냐?
He's an emotional vampire.
아니 이렇게 좀 생각하면서
Listen to Jim and y'all work together. You need to figure this out so y'all get inside and get warm. Yeah, Jen, everybody's gone. You remember them saying, if everybody goes, you get a hint. So Jen's now questioning, shouldn't I get a hint? We've all gone with this word.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They've gone several times.
Yeah, several times. And now
His
we're
teeth is chattering, poor thing.
Hey, and Jim was so sweet to give him a little hug, warm him up.
너담 어디에요?
His question was,
I love the balloon
Tay, yeah. Tay was all, oh,
어디에서 왔는지 이름 알 수 있는지 정답
and it's so different about him and Sugar. He just sways. He's just swaying in. Now, that's so different between our countries.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, anyone in America, if you're American, I think you know this by now, but if somebody was to be doing what Tay's doing, you would hear somebody in America say, shut the fuck up!
or shut up.
Yeah, it would be derogatory.
And it's so nice. He's like, Tay Young, shh.
Yeah, he's like, Tay, shh, Tay, shh. Yeah, it's just so quiet and sweet. Then you got us Americans that are violent.
I'm telling you.
We got anger issues here.
We really do.
Well, he's pissed now. He's like, again.
Yep.
Not even a song of theirs. God. And you can tell Jen's cold.
힌트 주세요
Yeah, give me a hint, please. We've already gone. That's not really much of a hint either.
No.
데인저.
그럼 정규의 그 1집에 노래가 한두 개냐?
Yeah, there's so many songs in the first album, and really, if you think about it, after so many albums, they don't perform those as much anymore on stage. They're probably not familiar with them as much. And there's
Here comes
Tay. I mean,
Hobie.
Hobie's just, oh, bless his heart. He's so asleep. Go fighting! Like, give him Cookie encouragement.
Now, that's what Jungkook was doing. He was changing his clothes.
They wanted to get something warmer.
뭐
I guess the shirt was thin material he was wearing.
I guess.
No, don't feel stupid, honey. These are songs from like when y'all first came out,
Yeah.
2013.
Okay.
1집에 수록된 곡입니다
So,
난또네
Now they're gonna give you a whole sentence.
yeah, hold on.
안돈이야?
Yeah.
정규 1집이라고요? 뭐지?
Now there's a whole sentence.
이불킥입니다 노래
Now, a
Now they're
song
gonna
title.
No, it's because the other two were out there, but Jin and Jimin were out there the entire time freezing their butts off, and you couldn't even give them a title.
Exactly.
They couldn't give them the full line. You only gave them like I wear.
안돈이 앞에서 이상한 짓만 골라게 돼
There you go, Jin. Get warm.
Yep.
Listen, he's shivering. Hey.
이불킥이었구나.
Yes, there you go. Get warm. And Tay's like, I'm just gonna watch the show.
아니 힌트 못 맞추면 이게 힌트.
And that was so sweet. He was clarifying for Cookie that
If you don't
if you
get
don't know,
it-
you get a hint.
You get a hint,
He
exactly.
didn't have to tell Cookie that.
왜?
Look, that's
왜? 자 이제
That's so simple.
한 분만 성공.
Oh, I think I know now, Obi.
Look, they're both watching.
이거까지 틀리면 진짜 끝난다.
왜?
할수 있어 나.
Jen and Tay watching is so funny.
왜 혼자 살아가고 혼자서만 이별.
He got excited there for a second.
He did.
He got a little away, but then his eyes got sleepy again after that.
Okay, y'all got a chance to answer. Now they get
The title.
the title.
But
They've only been through there like twice, right?
yeah, and then Jen and Jim were back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Exactly.
And they didn't get those.
They
hints.
didn't get any kind of hints like that.
They only got like one word. It was like right in front of the other word, but you had like a whole sentence, a whole segment to remember.
The bias.
Now listen to this. Now he's not counting for Jungkook.
They have a time limit.
Jimin is counting the 3 seconds because they only have 3 seconds. But you see, there's no timer down here, and Cookie's off in Jungkook land. It's already gone to 6 seconds.
와 솔직히 시간차.
Isn't his time up?
Exactly.
Yes, baby. His time is up. Now, nothing against Jungkook, but the camera guy should have been counting. But they're like, oh crap, who's that one? Now Cookie's awake. Look at Jimin. I swear when Jimin runs, he looks like he's gonna take off flying like a bird.
Yep.
Listen, he's trying to get all the gook out of his eye. I want both of them up. Now that was sweet of Tay.
That was very sweet because RM ain't gonna wake nobody up. He just wanted to point out two that weren't there. The pancake bros.
Now, what's so interesting is the fact that the picnic episodes, when they were in that little house in the mountain area, when they were reading their poems, Cookie and Hobie had to cook there too. Because Cookie cooked the ramen and J-Hope technically, but even though Jimin took over, cooked the meat really.
Well, they had gotten sick from
Hobie's
uncooked
cooking
meat, yeah.
And Jim was even helping them too. So basically, Jimin and Jen cooked the meat, but Hobie had to cook the meat. So they're cooking again together.
Yep.
They're the cooking bros. I had my breakfast. I can't answer me like this.
They did.
Please, a compliment. Now everybody's warm again. They don't have to be out in the cold. See, now back in the house, now Cookie's got his thin,
Yeah.
the thin
Now they
shirt
done
on.
went and changed.
Back in his comfy clothes. And I gotta eat some cereal first. I mean, because if you really think about it, when you're making breakfast and you're hungry, typically not a good thing. Is you want to eat the breakfast that you just made.
They're eating their Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios are so good.
I hate Honey Nut. I hate Cheerios, period.
I love them. Just a simple flavor. I don't like overly sweet cereal. It tends to hurt my teeth.
Oh, and they look like they got some Cocoa Puffs, too.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's either Jim or Jimin that said Cocoa Puffs. They were looking at the chocolate cereals.
Please, ready then drive the water.
Aunt Your Mama's is the best pancake batter. I'm telling you.
Well, we do Bisquick a lot, too. Bisquick makes good. You can make pancakes, biscuits, muffins,
Well, the reason
waffles.
why we don't do Aunt Your Mama that much anymore is because they almost outlawed it here because of supposed racism. But if that's Aunt Your Mama's recipe, then shouldn't she be recognized for it?
Right, well, they took her off the box and they changed the bottle because it was supposed to be racist, but I always chose the Aunt Jemima syrup because I loved the bottle. I loved the character. And I'm thinking she was actually a real person.
She was a real person, and that was her recipes, both the
Same.
syrup and the pancake mix. So why wouldn't you put her face on her box?
I still don't get it. And since they changed that, I don't buy it anymore because this politically correct stuff is just, it bugs me.
I don't know how that was racist. If she came up with that recipe, she needs to be recognized for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have took her off. I mean, come on, people.
It actually seems more racist to me that you took her face off her box and you changed her bottle, because that was her idea, was for her body to be the shape of the bottle.
I don't know if because it's been a long time ago, but it was a good idea to have her in the shape of the syrup bottle. And I bought it all the time. The only other one that I liked equally as much as the Aunt Jemima was the Caro syrup, which I like to make pecan pies with.
But it seems more racist to me that took her face off, because usually I loved seeing her happy, joyful face when we had her syrup and her pancakes. It was so good.
I mean, they were trying to be offended for her because it was racist, but let's not get on that. That's like a whole other.
But I'm just saying, Aunt Jemima's is such a good.
It was
meal,
good, yeah, it's good.
But they took her beautiful face off the box. I'm pissed about it. See how happy she looks on that box.
그리고 사라지다.
Honestly, original pancakes are really good, but I actually am really addicted to New York cheesecake pancakes with strawberries and strawberry syrup.
Which you get from the IHOP, International House of Pancakes.
That's a good combination. And I usually like to slice some bananas extra for that too. It's so good.
달걀이 있어야 되는데 그래도.
We need egg.
We need egg.
Now, I remember when they were in the store. And they said they needed eggs. And I think it just let them like a fart in the whirlwind because they said it out loud, but they never got eggs.
Not to mention the fact that the ones who were looking at the pancake mixes weren't either one of them.
Mm-mm.
Which is why I always say it's very important to look at the back and make sure that you have those ingredients, because some things even ask for cooking oil.
Oh yeah,
Butter.
because some of the odd ones will ask for cooking oil.
So.
우리 잘못이.
Yeah, but the other two didn't tell you what was on the box for ingredients.
No.
But I mean, it's still doable without the eggs.
I can't get over the fact that they bought a quart of milk to be amongst 7 men.
I think they were just more focused on their Coca-Cola and their water.
Right, but a quart of milk? I mean, okay, they had 2 boxes of cereal.
Unless they got several quarts and that's just one of them.
It may be.
It had to be, especially if they all wanted to eat cereal. Because a lot of them were pretty excited for cereal. So I'm thinking, Hobie, Jen, and Jim were the ones looking at cereals.
Yeah, I remember Jimin was looking because he saw the Cookie Crisp cereal. I think.
It's been Nesquik.
The Nesquik. That's what
He was
I
looking at
remember.
the chocolate cereals because he doesn't like overly sweet cereal either.
Too much oil, Hobie.
Yeah, you don't need that much oil with pancakes.
No, and actually, butter, in my opinion, is better to do pancakes with because it adds more flavor.
I think, now this is my weird opinion. Now we've seen it on Worst Cooks in America. It's a TV show. It's amazing. You can watch it on Hulu and several other streaming sites. But I think when it comes to liquid batters, I don't really want to use oil. I'd rather do butter because it's safer and it just gives it flavor instead of the oil mixing it and making it greasy.
It mixes with it. So yeah, butter, definitely. If you don't want the butter, then you can always use the spray oil.
That would actually be better and it's good coverage. And if you don't want the oil liquid to mix in, so that would be better. So either butter or the oil spray is the best options for pancakes. That's just my opinion. You can be different if you want. Now, they did not cook that nearly long enough. It seemed like the heat was a little high.
Well,
too.
they figured it out too.
Of course. I mean, because pancake Gions is basically the same as ours, except there's not kimchi stuff in it. Yeah, the heat was a little too high and you didn't cook it long enough. Y'all are cooking Western food. Yeah, it cooks better when it's thin. Might as well get more done.
Yes.
Look at their little tripod there. It's like a super pancake.
Yeah.
Because they didn't use the whole batter, which I think is crazy. For 7 guys, I would have made the entire box.
Oh, heck yeah. At least made all the batter that they had mixed up.
He's becoming a pro. Cookie's become a pro with flipping pancakes.
And they were really good with tasting it before they were giving it to everybody else to make sure that there was a good taste.
And how sweet of them. Make sure that they like it. So I'm like, okay.
And that was without eggs, so it was a little chancy. But everybody was going to be looking for pancakes.
Yeah. Oh, they love it too. Alright, so now they got multiple pans going. So it gets more done faster. Look, Cookie's become a pro. The pancakes look really good. And one thing we like to do with our pancakes, we like to add a little bit of cinnamon to ours.
In the mixture, exactly.
It's so good that way. And then add a little bit of powdered sugar
powdered
on top.
sugar on top.
And then your fruit and your fruit and your syrup. Oh yeah, that's the problem. Look how good that looks. That's the super pancake.
Yep.
Alright, pancakes are done. Fruit is sliced up. Syrup is out. And they got Coca-Cola and water out.
Yes.
Yep, there you go. Breakfast is ready. Ooh, that looks good. So simple. That's the best way to wake up.
Yes.
Hey, Bailey, it's up. Pour sugar in his bed head.
Yes.
And hear Chucky in the back. Eat pancakes.
코리아 스타일이야 지금.
The big pancakes for Jimin.
Yep.
Really? Why?
Because he's doing the penalties.
And that was so sweet of them. And besides, Jimin needs to eat good.
Yes.
This was still during the time when he was doing his bad dieting. That big old pancake. Honestly, y'all needed like a stack of 2 or 3.
Yes, that's the proper way to do
That's the
it.
proper way to do it.
Not 1, at least 2, 3 preferably.
See, 1 or 2 would be better when it comes to, like, if you had eggs or bacon or sausage as sides. But, like, 3 pancakes, if they're by themselves, that would be preferable.
Or a side of the fruit on there. Yeah, you need a little bit more.
You need a little bit more of that. You can tell they're going to still be hungry.
Okay, good thing that we're hungry right after this.
Jimin, you got some big old bites, hon. At least they like it, though. I mean, because, like I said, it's the same ingredients as pancake John, except there's no kimchi stuff in it.
이거 카나다에 맛있냐? 코리아 스타일.
나 이게 처음 구웠을 때 우리 양 많아 보였잖아요. 이거
Yes, they made sure it wasn't going to taste bad.
다 못 먹겠는데 우리
Jimin's like extra syrup, please.
Really, the syrup is very important. Absolutely for going in for more syrup.
Oh, yeah, it keeps the pancake really moist. Because pancakes without syrup is very dry.
No, you'd have to put something on top of it for sure.
Actually.
Which is why I like the waffles the best, because they got the little grooves
And it holds
and
syrup.
it holds that syrup in there. It's so good.
Alright, now Jimin's about to go in. Now, I forgot to mention, Jin is actually going to go in the lake with Jimin because he felt bad that he had multiple penalties. So him and Jimin are going to both go in the lake.
Now they're telling Jimin that just dip your toes in, and he's like, no, it's a penalty. I'm gonna get in the water.
아, 그치, 몽골 푸드로 물어봐야지.
Oh, here's Mongolia again.
뭐 바투르야.
Ulaanbaatar. Yeah. You remember that for life now.
Oh yeah.
어제도 왔었어요.
아, 그러네, 얘가 있구나.
앙카란가요?
자, 그럼 이제 저희가
That's so sweet of Jin to go in with Jimin.
원래는 이게 제가
Yep, it's originally Hobie's.
어디서 보니까
See, Jimin's not upset about it. He did that on purpose.
It was Jimin's suggestion too.
아또 입수하는 게 또 막나자 또 이런 의미를 가지고 하면 되지 않겠습니까?
아, 근데 지금 사실 날씨가
And I really think that's sweet of Jin to go in with it, but yet you don't see RM do that, do you?
그래서
No, of course not.
생각이 들었던 게 다 입수하는 게 여러분들이 너무 걱정이 되신다면 들어가서 어차피 얕으니까 들어가서 딱 손.
It is shallow. You definitely go in the
모든
shallow part.
제작진과
Exactly.
모든 멤버들이 발만 담그라고
종교죠, 종교.
이 요까지 담그게.
See, they're saying just put your feet in. He's like, it's a penalty. Yep, it's a penalty. So he's gonna go in, put the shallow in.
And Jin, if you don't want to go all in like Jimin's doing, then you can just do the tip of your toes or just your feet. You ain't got to go in like he is. He just feels like since that's his penalty, he wants it to be a proper penalty.
Exactly.
들어가세요.
자, 여러분, 그러면 이제 들어갔다 오겠습니다. 저 이제 시원하게.
You also hurry up so you don't get a cold.
받아봐야죠.
Exactly.
Ooh, I can tell it's cold. But it's so pretty there. Look how pretty it is. Look at the rocks in there. That's so pretty.
제가 맛을 한번 봐요 발가락으로.
야, 깊어 보이는데? 무슨 맛이야?
따뜻한데요?
Oh, it's warm, he says.
왜?
Is it because of the sun? I'll be scared of those rocks. Those rocks, I'm sure, are slippery. Now watch. Jin's like, ooh. He's a good lie.
It's usually not, but since you made him buy clothes, he's getting you back a little bit.
Exactly.
Jim, why did you roll up your pajama pants? They're gonna be wet now. I don't want you to get sick. Now go and get quickly ice and share. You're good.
Okay. Okay, wish for success. Oh, Hobie's got on his bedroom shoes.
Yes, he loves them. Yep, quickly get up. There you go. Be careful, you're gonna slip. I always fear for them metal ladders when I've gotten out of the water. I feel like I'm slipping and my brakes off.
Gotta be careful.
Alright, now Jimin's gonna buy his clothes. And what's so sweet about it is he could have just like randomly picked stuff, but he was actually going through seeing what could be Jin's style.
Well, I mean, Jin knew that Jimin would look for something
Yeah.
that was him.
And look, he's gonna shop for Tay too. He's like, this is like Tay's style.
Then he said, should I get Tay to put some on a jacket for him?
I need to focus. He needs to buy Jin's clothes, not him and Tay's clothes. I think he ended up getting that blue jacket though, the one he looked at first, because he does have that. Got a hoodie. That's cute. It's a cute hoodie.
She's got so many dang hoodies. It's not even funny how many hoodies this
I
child's
don't
got.
have a red or purple one. I need them. I need to get me the one I've been looking for, but
And I agree, he's questioning that. It just had a front and a hood.
no back.
What is that?
Well, he's like actually concerned about that.
No, I'm questioning it too. What is it? And how do you wear it? You just put it hangs down the front and you put the hood on? I don't get it. Why?
And look, there's no front.
Yeah.
He's concerned about that. He's like,
Was confused. I mean, it is confusing. I mean, what is up with it?
Precisely looking through. He knows Jim likes some Converse, so he got him a hoodie and he got him a sweatshirt. Now that's a cute sweatshirt. And it looks cozy too. Make sure to try it on. Since Jen's shoulders are wider, it would fit him better.
Right.
Yeah, see? He picked that just for him. That's so sweet. And Jen actually does love both those. I've seen him wear them. Yeah, some of the other shirts was just... That's so
I didn't get it. I still don't get it.
뭐예요, 형? 옷 잘 입으세요.
Oh, he will. I've seen him wear that sweatshirt several times.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully y'all weren't too triggered by this one. Hopefully not.
We know some of you are, but that's all right. You can get over it. Because the thing is they're human, and we're going to point out some bad actions. I mean, seriously. But my question was going to be, what have we learned from this and past episodes? We've learned that RM is a bully. Yes, I will say this till I die. I will die on this hill. He is a bully. And Jim puts up with a lot. Unfortunately, bless his heart. But I think this probably would make people understand why he expresses himself through a lot of symbolism and things like that. For him to put up with a lot of things that he puts up with, I think that he's a really big and kind person, because in America, guess what? We wouldn't bite our tongues. Most people wouldn't bite our tongues. So
especially the fact that I highly despise bullies. I've taken on so many bullies in my life, even some that weren't my bullies, but bullies of other people, of my peers or friends. I immediately took them on, and my tongue was like a sword. I wasn't gonna back down for nothing. I
faced bullies in high school myself, and the best thing to do is to stand up, which is what I did. I stood up after being cornered and multiple times being threatened by a specific person. I finally stood up, and you should have seen how quick that changed. But you know, I think that Jimin is obviously the bigger person, and he's not one that's going to be prone to outbursts or outlandish responses or anything like that.
But that doesn't mean he hurts any less from it.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, he's not going to do an outburst, and I think it takes a lot probably to make him lose his cool.
Well, that's what I mean, though, for people who think that because he doesn't have these big reactions, he doesn't hurt by it. The thing is, he hurts nonetheless from these horrible actions towards him. He just tends to hide it well.
Yeah. But also, what have we learned? That Jim is also a good person when he agrees to take on everybody else's penalties, you know, and the thought that he threw some of the game on purpose to sort of make those who had the penalties feel a little bit better is an interesting point. I don't know. I have a tendency to believe it just from what I've saw just in videos of them. I think that's actually probably true. So. But anyway, if you hadn't done it already, please subscribe and share our videos with friends and family. We appreciate your time. Thanks for listening to us gripe and bitch and pick at what we want to point out. And please try to remember the thumbs up if you can. Until our next video, peace.